Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. This one might not be that long. So I feel like the story of how I stumbled onto this movie is probably more interesting than the actual movie. So way back, I think this even goes towards the end of last year. My friend, he'd get movies from like, I'm not pawn shops, but like thrift places, Salvation Army and stuff. So one of them is my friend Brandon. Was this movie. I'm like, I'd never heard of this before. I thought it was the eye because, the picture is the eyeball. But no. It does look like they just took the poster for the eye and put a different title on it because I don't really know what that eyeball signifies. But it's called The Return. So I said, the next time I come over, I'm going to have to watch it. Well, it ended up being my birthday of all days. Yeah, my birthday. And, well, I was going to review it that night because I walked away with such feelings that I felt I needed to talk about it. But I said, let me wait till October, and I ended up buying it myself. So, hey, for me, this was on my original schedule, and I took it off because I wanted better movies. And I was going to review Tenebrae, the Japanese, the Italian Giallo by Dario Argento. But I just watched a long movie. I didn't want to watch another one, so this was quicker. To be honest, I barely paid attention to this thing. I do know the basic story. So, little girl and her dad are at a carnival when she gets spooked and they drive away, and something happens. There's a car accident, and she was 11. Now, a full-fledged adult and played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, she goes back to this Texas town. She doesn't stay stationary. She travels from town to town. She's an insurance representative, so she's going town to town trying to sell the insurance. So, yeah. So one time, she gets sent to this little podunk town in Texas, where she meets up with an old friend of hers, and she's drawn back to a bar she's never been to, but she somehow sees in her dreams. And she stays at a hotel. She starts to feel like someone's chasing after her, and it's connected to this guy who is also this older gentleman who is accused of killing his wife many years ago. So, and they never find the actual killer because they thought it was him, and everyone in town hates him because they think he's the killer. Kind of cliche. I remember when I first watched this with my friend Brandon, we were watching this, and being Boy Meets World fans, we rightfully pointed out, I'm like, Adam Scott? Because he was Griff on there. I know he's on other things, but I know him as Griffin, Griff. He's on other things. He's also on Step Brothers, and that horrible, cringy scene where they're all singing Sweet Child of Mine. Really good actor, but he's a sleazebag in this. He seems like it's like a co-worker, and he stalks her all the way to this town and tries to assault her. Before this guy, I think his name is Terry, gets involved. And there's some kind of connection there, I guess. Let me tell you something. Let me see. Alright, it's an hour and 25 minutes of meh. Like, okay, there's like, at one point she starts to track down the killer, right? Because there's one point where she's in her hotel room and she thinks that someone's trying to break in. She just hides under the bed, and then someone breaks in. She runs out, but the hotel manager can't find anyone. So what's going on? We find out later that she's actually reenacting stuff that happened to this woman, Terry's wife, who was killed. And she's trying to find out the truth of what's going on, really, what happened, and why she's receiving visions. And to be honest, I know what I'm trying to say, to be fair. To be honest, I don't think they ever really explain it. Not really. You're supposed to put the pieces together, and I don't think the pieces fit as well as filmmakers hope they would. It's like she got this best friend that she's with, and she disappears from the movie after a phone call. And Adam Scott disappears after the assault. Like, there's no one else. She talks to her boss on the phone, I think, but other than that, no. It's just she's in this town. And it's so boring. It's just so boring. I don't know. Eventually, she finds who the killer is. And I believe, if I remember correctly, they take down the killer. With the only thing left to reveal to us is why she's connected. So, of course, we get a scene where they're driving down that road again. There's a couple times they see this road, this intersection thing, and something happened. And so he says that the car accident happened on there. You know. So it turns out that the killer attacked and was trying to kill Terry's wife. They were on the way to the hospital when they collided with Joanna's, that's her name, Joanna's dad's vehicle. And she never made it to the hospital, and Terry was made out to be the one who killed her. But he never got sent to jail for it, so he just spent the rest of his life with them hating him. It's one of those things. It would never really happen, because again, I said about the last movie, but if they really think that you did it, you're going to jail. Maybe there wasn't enough evidence to prove it. I don't know, but I don't know. And I don't even know who the killer was, to be honest. I don't care. Because we get this reveal of this to happen, and the movie ends, and I'm like, wait. Why? Why was she getting these visions from a dead woman? There are times, like, there's a conversation she has with her dad where he says, after age 11, you were different. You were never the same. So it's implied that, like, the woman's spirit jumped inside her during the car accident, and that it's been there, and now she's just so happened to be going back to this town for her job. It's very convoluted. I don't know. But this movie is not worth your time. That's what I know. That's what I do know, is this movie is not worth your time. Why did you review this? Because I wanted to talk about it. But I couldn't be bothered to pay attention enough, and that's why this movie is terrible. You know? Because it's just like, it's one of those, it's PG-13, and there is a scene. There is a scene where she has a dream about having sex with Terry, and because it's PG-13, you see nothing. Don't put sex scenes in a PG-13 movie. Just don't. Because it's not worth it. I mean, it's not drawn out or anything. It's just a dream, but I don't know. Yeah, not worth your time. And it was shorter than the other one, so yeah, me. So, what are your thoughts? That's all I have. Really, I couldn't really care to continue. There's nothing else I paid attention that much to. I was constantly going in and out trying to find out things to do, looking at my phone, scrolling. I can only be bothered to pay attention to this movie, even though I wanted to talk about it. I think I've said my grievances. It just, yeah, not worth your time. So, what are your thoughts on The Return? Let me comment below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.